Catch my breath and hold it for me. I'm wasting my time trying to make up my mind. Well, I'm sitting here as the chandelier is whispering in my ear, saying, can I get a cigarette? I know you'll never be mine. Can you come around tonight and sing me a lullaby? Just take my heart and break it. Can you come around tonight? I might be the enemy, but nothing quite hits like you. Well, take this pen and write for me. Oh, write me a song, and I'll try to forget it. Oh, standing there as the man upstairs comes crashing through the ceiling, saying, where's my fucking cigarette? With fire in his eyes. Can you come around tonight and sing me a lullaby? Just take my heart and break it. Can you come around tonight? I might be the enemy, but nothing quite hits like you. And as all my patience starts to dry, and my feet lead skids across the sand, then I'll know that you won, and I'll run back to where I came from.
It's 3 a.m.
wish I didn't need it. It's not just for sleeping, it's to take my mind away. I can't stay sober less than 24 hours. That feeling comes over like an ice cold shower. The truth, it hurts when there's no one else to blame, but I still need it in my lungs.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, NBs, kings, queens, the emperors, we are here. Welcome to the Homebrew live broadcast, coming to you from a beautiful Buffalo, New York. My name is Dan. Today, we're going back to Old Faithful. It's been a long, long time. It's been a long time since I've just kind of like sat down and like talked with chat too. It's been a minute. It has been a hot minute. I want to say it's been 2 years. Roughly. It has actually been years since I've done a Let's Do Homebrew, and since, honestly, I've sat down and designed something for this game. Something new, at least. So today, we're going to be getting back into it. I am excited for this. It has been a minute. I'm drinking some lukewarm coffee. I'm chilling. We are out here. For those of you who are new here, if anyone here is new, which I don't think anyone is, but in case you are, if you like D&D and you like what I end up doing here, you can check out The Naturals, a show that I do every Wednesday here on the Your Move live broadcast. It's been going on for almost 2 years, this campaign that we've been going to. You can catch up on YouTube. I'm not going to delay any longer, though, because I am really good at doing that. We are going to get into this. I am going to be designing today something that I've had my mind on for a while, and something that I also need to do for my Tuesday game that I run separate from my streaming game. This is a game that I've been running for the past 7 years, pretty much consistently. Has it been 7 years? Since 2017? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah. Yeah. We actually just passed our 4-year anniversary, I think, roughly. For this particular, like, I ran a campaign for almost 3 years before. And now this is the second campaign in that saga. Same players and everything, though. I'm rambling. I'm going to be working on that for today. So there is a player in the game. It's actually, for those of you who are old heads to the Your Move live broadcast, Jesse, who used to be like one of the guys who started this channel with me and started the whole Twitch saga of my life with me. He's playing a character right now that is like got so much depth to him. And one of the things that just happened with him is that he has decided to kind of shun necromancy and kind of lean into restoration types of magic. I joked with him and I said, oh, so you want to be a healer before it's too late, not after it's too late. He thought that was pretty funny. So today we're going to be designing a cleric. This is one that I've had in mind for a while. I've actually got a couple notes that I'm going to be pulling up here. Let me just take a quick little peek at those to make sure that I've got them on hand. But I am very excited for all of this. Maybe I don't have no. Oh, no. No, I should have notes on this. Hold on. Maybe not. What's the domain? No. I guess I don't. All right. Well, hey, we're starting from scratch. That's how I like it. So let's take a look. This is what we're going to be working with. I just realized I need to kind of change my camera a little bit because I'm in a different position than when I set it up. Professional streamer, guys. I've been doing this for 4 years. That looks goofy. Okay. There we go. Close enough. Good enough. So, this is going to be kind of, the theming on it is going to be really similar. We're looking at different things here with the cleric. So we've got death domain and grave domain, because that's kind of what he's going into. Like, that's the necromancy side of things. I figured, like, what are clerics if not where are you? Oh, hi, buddy. My dog just came to say hi. Did you have fun today? He was over at my fiance's parents' house playing with their dogs all day. Did you have a good day, buddy? But instead of going into like the necromancy side of things, I figured it would be cool to kind of go into like one of the cool aspects about priests in like other religions, not necessarily like Judeo-Christian, but they were guardians of the dead. They were watchers of the dead. They were there to prepare people for death rites. You know, they were not just individuals who would hold ceremonies. So that's kind of what we're going to be going into here. If anyone has sat through one of my Let's Do Homebrews before, we do a lot of like historical Googling. By that, I mean, we're just going to kind of like look up things to make sure that we're paying proper respect to different cultures, paying proper respect to different groups of people. So obviously we're not going to call this anything that's like iffy, you know? So let's look at what a couple of these priests that would look after the dead. Okay, it's only giving me like Catholic and Jewish rituals, so that's not really help. That's not a good search. Let's look up ancient Egypt, who prepared bodies for burial. Embalmer. That could be a name that we use. We could do embalmer. Let's see. Ancient Greek burial priests. Okay, there's no name for it. I think embalmer kind of works, because like the idea right now, it's not, you're not bringing the dead back necessarily. What you're doing is taking the dead and almost like ferrying them in a way. I really feel like I had a note for this somewhere. Let's see. Not cleric. Let's look up his character name. Nope, that's not it either. Let's just look through the notes real fast. Okay. I just want to see if I can find this note. Because I remember writing it down somewhere. It might be on Google Docs. Might be on Google Docs. I'm just going to look it up real quick. I just want to make sure, because I had some good notes. I had some good ideas for this. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was pretty happy with it. Did I add it into Oberon's Guide to Wayward Heroes, which is a project that I was working on the last... No, I didn't. I didn't think I did. The last time that we did Let's Do Homebrew, that was what I was working on. But the Gravekeeper, that was it. Gravekeeper. Okay, I kind of prefer that name. Hey. What up, James? How you doing? Let's throw cleric as a title. We'll do heading for this one and Gravekeeper. Yes, for all of you Yu-Gi-Oh nerds out there, that this was inspired by the name of the archetype from that. Okay. Just getting hyped for the best boxing event in history. Oh, yeah, totally. God, I hope Mike Tyson just, like, punches him once and he just goes down. That would be great. You know, what we're gonna do... I'm actually gonna copy some of the formatting that we used for the previous cleric that we made. So you're gonna see a lot of like wording that's the same, but just bear with me while I figure that out and fix that all up. There we go. Okay, Gravekeeper domain. We're definitely gonna have to delete a lot of this. So we're gonna do a Control F, find in document, but we're gonna do a find and replace. Find Hunter, replace with Gravekeeper. I know that that is going to also do Hunter's Mark, but that doesn't really matter because we're going to be getting rid of all of the domain spells anyway. Is Divine Pathway? No, that's not. That is a very specific thing to that. I also think I don't think Divine Strike is going to be the one. So for those of you who don't know, for those of you who are new to clerics get one of two things. Stream chat. Oh yeah, you're right. Stream chat isn't. That's why, because it wasn't turned on. Professional streamer here, boys. Professional streamer. I've been doing this for 4 years. You'd think I'd figured it out by now. So we are working on a cleric subclass. This is called the Gravekeeper. It is a almost like a foil to a necromancer. It's kind of the vibe that I'm going with. I'm actually working on this for Jesse. But anyway, level 8 clerics either get potent spellcasting or divine strike, and you kind of have to look at like the vibe almost of the cleric in order to find that out. So like a light domain is going to have potent spellcasting. Same with knowledge domain, but like a life domain, you know, you kind of go with divine strike because, you know, they're Actually, that one doesn't really make sense now that I'm looking at it. That vibe doesn't really work. Because you would think that you would want potent spellcasting for that. But it's all the same. So we're literally just going to copy the wording for... Would he be the opposite of a necromancer? Like how they guard graves from grave robbers? Yeah, kind of. Kind of. That's the vibe that I'm going with here. Also, that looks super crunched for some reason. Maybe that's why I turned it off. Check, test, check. It's like super cut off. I don't know why. That's very strange. Let me check that real quick. Huh. Because it should be fine. Yeah, so the vibe for the character that I'm thinking of as like the inspiration for it, like not character from like other media, but like from my own game, is it's Jesse's character. So he turned away from like pure necromancy and is now like trying to give people who died unexpectedly like their last rites almost, but giving them the opportunity to perform their last rites as an action, almost as like something that they are physically capable of doing. So for example, like he goes to a grave, finds the person in there, and they died from who knows what, from something that they didn't have like control over. So because of that, he wants to give them a chance at completing something in their life so that they feel more ready to go on to the next life. Like channeling an ability from something that's dead already. Kind of, yeah. Kind of. More like... How do I describe... So, like... We'll get into it. I'm trying to do this real quick, and my brain is not able to do two things at once because I have ADHD. Paste without... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. That's just what we're going to put in there. So, potential... Or potent spellcasting. That's the name of it, right? Yeah, potent spellcasting. Cool. Okay. Flavor text here later. I hit caps lock. Flavor text here later. I can spell. I have an English degree. It's fine. This keyboard is not the best for like quick typing like that. So we'll take these out. Let me just get through this part real quick, and then I will talk more about it. I just want to clean this up a little bit because this is all from the hunter domain that I made. Do clerics mostly have one? Is it 2 first level abilities that they get typically? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. Cool. So it's either bonus proficiencies or 2 abilities. So we'll keep this in case we decide to go with something else. Get rid of these. Boom. Divine Pathway. We'll just keep that as a D. This is definitely gone because there's no fighting style for this cleric. Boom. Take that out. Keep that as a G. This is potent spellcasting. See, I had Divine Strike as one of them. Spellcasting. There we go. And now I can add that in without formatting. There we go. Okay. All right. So let me kind of get the idea here. So the idea of the actual subclass is going to kind of fall on like preparing bodies for the grave, but not in like a I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of taking like that idea from the character, right? We're going to kind of use that as like a jumping off point. So pretty much the idea behind this class is going to be let's say you encounter like a battlefield and there are soldiers that died on the field from something stupid. You use Speak with Dead. You talk with them. What did you die from? I was killed in a charge that my general called for. It was a distraction. I didn't actually get a chance to fight. Okay, do you want a chance to fight? You can come with me right now. I will raise you, and you can come and fight with me. But after you're done, you'll be laid to rest. So basically they get like a cooler Speak with Dead in a way, where it doesn't necessarily need to be questions. It can be a conversation. And then they raise the dead, and they have more potential for creatures to follow them. Kind of, yeah. He's like a ghost whisperer mixed with almost like with a necromancer, but like the necromancy side of it isn't like the negative connotation that necromancy would have. It is literally like it is what the definition of what necromancy is. Death magic. Like you are using your magic to put people to rest so that when they go to the afterlife, they aren't going there angry, or so that their spirits don't stay behind. It's almost like you hear about like poltergeists and different types of like dark spirits that when they die, when the person dies, the negativity that was left behind is what makes the imprint. This is kind of like subverting that and making sure that that doesn't happen, so that then the evil doesn't have a chance to grasp on. So laid to rest will be one of the abilities. And then we're going to figure out if we're going to do bonus proficiencies or if we're going to do a second ability. Let's look at the... And I know we need to make sure that we're not copying the grave domain as well. So like an evil character could channel the energy from a fallen cruel king or something to fulfill his mission. And a good may do this with a renowned hero or something. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Like the character, you could come in at first level with a zombie companion, and like that zombie companion could be like a hero that like never finished his goal. Something like that. Or, like you said, an evil king, and you're trying to hide it. So I just want to really quickly... I want to read over the grave domain to make sure that we're not copying that. And I think that... Fallen Hero timeline. True. You'd have like the shade version of Link. At first level, you gain the ability to manipulate the line between life and death. When you normally roll one or more dice to restore hit points with a spell to a creature at 0 hit points, you instead use the highest number possible. Okay, so that's just healing. And you get spared the dying. Eyes of the Grave, you gain the ability to occasionally sense the presence of the undead. Okay, so that's not really... So grave domain is all about like keeping people away from the grave. This is keeping them after they've gone to the grave. Literally gravekeeping. So I think I like the idea of 2 abilities. Ooh. Already I want to use this to start with Zombie Katsai. Ooh, ooh. You might want to talk to Jesse about that. That could be really cool, actually. Lead to rest. And maybe not lead to... no, I like that name. What would a good second ability... So let's think about what laid to rest would be first. Let's get this down on paper. Metaphorical paper. Laid to rest. You gain the ability to speak with the undead in ways that are stronger than most. You grain the ability. Jesus Christ. Shut up, Grammarly. Okay. Should we make it so that you need to know the name of the individual? I think that makes it a little bit better. It blocked out crazy? That's wild. Okay. This might sound crazy, but should there be a table for that starting zombie familiar that calculates what class that zombie was in life and that gives them a certain stat block? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm thinking of it very similarly to... Let's pull it up real quick. We're going to go to classes. We're going to ignore 2024. We'll go here to Druid. Circle of Wildfire, Druid. You get to summon a Wildfire Spirit, and it kind of like takes on different abilities based on your level and based on like what you choose to do with it. So that's kind of the vibe that I was going with. I think they should have all the info that'd be found on a tombstone: name, date of birth, date of death, and some... This is just speaking with them. This isn't raising them. This is only speaking with them. You must know the dead's name. I see what you're saying with that, though, and I think that there should be some specifics with that. You must know the dead's name in order to freely speak. Oh, okay, here. In order to freely speak with them, if you do not know their name, you can use a spell slot to speak with them as if you were using the spell Speak with Dead. So, thought is, you have the ability to freely talk to them. Sure, Grammarly, that's fine. Can I pause Grammarly? Yeah. Please, for this session. It's getting really annoying. Okay, there we go. So you gain the ability to speak with the undead in ways that are stronger than most. You must know the dead's name to freely speak with them. but you do not. But if you do not know their name, you can use a first level spell slot to speak with them as if you were using the spell Speak with Dead. Speak with Dead means that you can only ask 5 questions. So you can only ask them questions with Speak with Dead. When speaking freely, the dead can ask their own questions, interrupt you, and speak as though they were alive. You must be, this conversation lasts for 10 minutes before the dead fall, back how they were and can no longer speak with you. You can use this ability a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. I know the wording is not like super D&D like, but it's fine. Is there a time limit at all? Yeah, 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes is fair. And this is just talking with them. Unfinished business. Does the body need to be present and intact? Like, if someone were to fireball a body while you were talking to them, does it cut it off? Or are you speaking to their spirit? I kind of read it as speaking to their actual body. So I think that that's actually a good point here. A body must be present in order to speak with them. I think it's just kind of DM discretion, really. At that point, because like if you really wanted to, like, if someone wanted to disintegrate the body, they would have to use something that could normally disintegrate a body, you know? So like they would have to use like the disintegrate spell or something like that. You know what I mean? Finished business. Okay, I cannot pause this ad. I apologize. I have them set really low, so I don't know why it's being like kind of a shitstorm with that. So I apologize. Ad starts in about 40 seconds. If you want to skip the ads, though, you can subscribe using Twitch Prime. If you link your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime, you can use 1 free sub a month to subscribe to your favorite creator, which I hope would be me. Even though I don't do as much as I used to, but I will be. So if you want to skip this ad that is starting in about 20 seconds, you can subscribe using your Twitch Prime or using $6, I think now? Is that the price of subscribing? I can't even remember. Okay. Unfinished business. It's, oh, that's probably on iPhone. If you're on your phone, it's more expensive on your phone. because Apple scrapes off the top. Big dumb, true. Very true. A new sub. Thanks, I'm not a thief. Wonder who that is. Some of the dead are not finished with their goals in life. You can help them achieve their end. Their end desires. After using laid to rest on a corpse, you can choose to raise them as a follower. The creature has the stats found in the table below and are under your control loosely. How long does that last, or is it like they can always have one follower at a time? So it's going to be one at first level, and then as you gain levels in the class, you can have more. Whoops. Also, do they still have a mind of their own and can make decisions against your will? I was actually about to get to that. That's why I put the creature has the stats found in the table below and are under your control loosely. If you give an order that is against the creature's original alignment, they can choose to ignore your command. I think that makes sense too, because it's like if you're bringing them back to try and like fulfill something, and then like their thing is like I want to protect the needy and feed the hungry, and then you give them an order where it's like, hey, go kill those civilians there and also steal all of their food. Then it's like, yeah, that person, that spirit, that body, they're not gonna do that. Like, there's no way. Speak with your DM to decide when a spirit's goal is fulfilled. When one leaves your service after completing this goal, You gain the ability to cast when one leaves your service after completing this goal, within the next 24 hours, you gain the ability to cast 1/7, maybe not 7th, 1/3 level spell of your choice at will. A number of your choice, a number I can only spell of times equal to your proficiency bonus. As you gain levels in this class, the amount of followers you have increases, as well as the spell slot available to you upon completing. Oh, I like that. And completing their unfinished business. Known spell. Within the next 24 hours, you gain the ability to cast 1/3 level spell of your choice from any spell table. So it could be literally any spell. Literally any 3rd level spell. You can do a number for the next day. You can cast a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So, like, it's going to be a maximum of 6 times. I'm never going to give 9th level to this. It's probably going to go, like, 4th, 5th. I think that just makes sense. So what are the... Let's go back to the classes real quick. I just want to see, what are the... Oh, wait, I have it right here. 6th, 8th, and 17th. I want to give a follower pretty frequently. So I think we'll follow that for followers, but maybe add one more in. You can have 2 followers at... Let's do our own. 5th level, 3 at 10th level, and 4 at 15th level. You can use your unfinished business spell slot is increased to 4th level at level 6. 5th level at level 14, and 6th level at level 17. I'm actually gonna make that 7th level. We're gonna add one more. 6th level at level. We'll make this one 14, and we'll make the other one 10. Oh, not 110, just 10. Do any abilities change, maybe depending on character alignment? I don't know. Because I don't really like leaning into alignment. I think that like this is like a fair use of alignment. You know what I mean? But typically I don't really like using alignment as like a metric for stuff. Just because like I feel like you wouldn't necessarily be like I don't think people are locked into alignments. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that I'm always neutral good, but I think that like most of the time I am. But that doesn't mean that I would like look at myself and be like, yeah, I am neutral good. Like I don't see it like that. You know what I mean? Again, it kind of goes into. I'm just trying to copy the table. This is not really working out, huh? Like I see what you're saying, but I don't know. Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. Just hit tab twice. That's not going to fit all the way across, though. That's too far. Here, let's just hit middle alignment here. Speaking of alignment. We'll see. When we get to it, my opinion on that may change. In fact, I wouldn't really be surprised if it didn't change. When I'm designing things, shit tends to change on the fly. Okay, that's there now. So copy that. Tab twice. V. Control V, I should say. Copy. One tab, Control V. This is actually working out pretty well. Hopefully it keeps up with it. Obviously, these aren't going to be the actual stats. These are just stand-in stats for the time being. Charisma. V. Copy. Tab V. That actually worked out way better than I thought. We're going to give them damage immunity to poison. I think that makes sense. I think Charmed and Frightened is solid. That makes sense. Dark Vision to 60 feet. Understands the languages. Language. It new in life. Here we go. It cannot fly. It can only walk. 5 times your cleric level. Sorry, I just need to... There we go. Okay. So I think that this should pretty much just have, like, almost the same stats as, like, a zombie. Because you're just raising a zombie pretty much. Whatever size it was in life. Undead. Medium. Or I don't even know if we need. We should probably set... Well, I because I have the DM stuff in here, like, I think that it's putting a lot on the DM to just kind of be like, to basically tell a player yes or no. But I think that that's fair, if I'm being honest. What should we call this? Yeah, could be roles. Because I'm thinking like CR, you know. We're adding a lot of technicality into this, though, if we go that route. Oh, here, how about this? You can raise a follower that has a CR equal to your wisdom modifier or lower. Well, that is equal to or lower than your wisdom modifier. That is equal to or lower than your wisdom modifier. So maximum of 5. Unless you get the book, then it's 6. But like then you did that. So like good on you for doing that. But anyway, what should this thing's name be? The undead that you're raising. Name of a spirit with unfinished business. No, just like the name of the actual creature. Because like for an example, the druid one is a wildfire spirit. So like this isn't a wildfire spirit, it's like what is this thing? Because I think zombie is reductive to like what the character would be doing with this particular creature. I think that it just doesn't work. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Let's look here. Name of an undead with unfinished business. Wayward corpse. Revenant. That kind of fits. Like a revenant is technically a an individual who's being kind of driven by the unfinished business that they have. Yeah, they are a thing, but like I feel like it fits more than zombie. You know what I mean? Because again, I feel like zombie is just so reductive to like what this is. Because like, let's see. I think it's literally a creature in D&D. Yeah. But let's look at it real quick. Revenant forms from a soul of a mortal who met a cruel and undeserving fate. It claws its way back into the world to seek revenge against the one who wronged it. The Revenant reclaims its mortal body and superficially resembles a zombie. However, instead of lifeless eyes, a Revenant's eyes burn with resolve and flare in the presence of its adversary. If the Revenant's original body was destroyed or is otherwise unavailable, the spirit of the Revenant enters another humanoid corpse. Regardless of the body the Revenant uses as its vessel, its adversary always recognizes the Revenant for what it truly is. I think regretful is not the right word, but I think it does need a title. Yeah, we love reading the flavor text, right? Good stuff. Unfinished business synonym. Because dying without finishing what you would want would leave you, yeah, leave you to the hell of regret. Not wrong. I need a one synonym. Or one syllable. One syllable. Unfinished business synonym. Or given that a Revenant is already kind of within that concept, maybe that just like dutiful Revenant. Yeah, that could work. Or just Keeper's Revenant. Just give it a title. Because you're the one bringing it back. So it is technically your Revenant in that sense. You know what I mean? So then it's tied to you as well. Well, I think it's not that you own them. They almost... They're borrowing your magic. So it is your power that is giving them the ability to be a Revenant. You know? You don't own them necessarily, but you are sharing your power with them. So they are part of you, in a way. It's not like solidified as, yeah, you're mine now. Thank you. It's like, here's my power. We're one now. You know what I mean? We'll keep it as a Keeper's Revenant. We'll keep it as a stand-in name. That in mind, here's an idea. Spell conduit. Your Revenant. Yeah. Can cast a spell that you have prepared. I think that's kind of what I'm going for, right? That's kind of the idea that I'm going with, is that is in some way their spellcasting focus. Your Revenant can cast a spell that you have prepared. As long as you as a reaction from you, and as a reaction from you, if your Revenant is within 30 feet of you, you can cast a spell from your Revenant. From them. Just make it easy. So we're not saying Revenant, you know what I mean? You can cast a spell from them. The spell must target one creature and cannot be of a level that you do not have access to. This spell uses your spell slots. As a reaction from you and an action from them, as a reaction from you and an action from them, if your Revenant is within 30 feet of you, you can cast a spell from them. The spell must target one creature and cannot be of a level that you do not have access to. This spell uses your spell slots to be cast. So, in other words, at first level, you can't use your third level spell that you get from, like, saving another spirit. You have to use one that you have access to. I'm going to get to that. I think if your spirit, if your you can, by raising them as a and sharing in your power. If your Revenant dies, falls to 0 hit points before you have fulfilled their purpose, your hit points are reduced. Your hit point maximum is reduced by your wisdom modifier times 2 until you finish a long rest. I'm just realizing that this subclass is literally the perfect thing for a concept of a character I've wanted to create forever, but never knew how to. That's what we like to hear, baby. So if your Revenant falls to 0 hit points before you have fulfilled their purpose, your hit point maximum is reduced by your wisdom modifier times 2 until you finish a long rest. So 10. Not huge. You can attempt to reach out to their spirit and must make a wisdom saving throw. Against a DC equal to the damage dealt over their maximum hit points. Over their remaining hit points. Plus 8. Oh, plus 8. So let's say they're at 9 hit points left, right? Like your zombie has 9 hit, or your Revenant has 9 hit points as they're like running into battle. They make their attack. And then the enemy deals 11, or let's make it a nicer number. Your Revenant has 10, the enemy does 20. Your DC now is 18. That's actually a lot. If they deal 20 damage. The DC is equal to half the damage dealt over their remaining hit points plus 8. Maybe not even plus 8. Over the remaining hit points, or 10, whichever is higher. Make it like a concentration check. I think that's fair. You're literally potentially losing a part of yourself. He has a bell that basically tolls to raise the dead, and they follow him as he carries souls. They're stored in the ball inside of the bell that hits the side. Is it called a pendulum? The clapper. Anyway, stored inside of the clapper. But he's true neutral, and his whole goal is to organize the souls into where they truly belong in the afterlife based on their intentions and not their actions in life. So he carries out their actions and then sends the souls to where those actions would have led them. Huh. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. That is neat. I want to make this slightly bigger. There we go. Put it up to 14, that's fine. There's like weird spacing. Whatever. It's fine. Stand in name. We're gonna make it a melee weapon attack. Okay. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have... I don't have the Spotify. So that you know what I'm listening to. My bad. These are independent artists who have all their stuff on Spotify copyright free. I think. I hope. But that does make me wonder what happens once their business is finished. Wait, hold on. Like, he'd send them to whatever god the actions he did gained them the most favor with, but that does make me wonder what happens once their business is finished. I mean, I already kind of have that, right? Is you get that ability to cast that spell. When one leaves your service after completing this goal within the next 24 hours, not within, for the next 24 hours, you gain the ability to cast one third level spell of your choice from any spell table a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. Hold on, I'm gonna text Jesse real quick. All right. I mean, what happens to the Revenant's soul? I don't know. I feel like that kind of that. So one of my favorite things is giving the DM like a little bit of your character, right? So you give the DM the ability to kind of like not fuck with and not ruin or mess with, but like work with your character in like a cool mechanics style of work with, you know? So like I think it kind of comes down to the DM's decision on like what happens to that individual and to that spirit. If their goal was wicked, do they go to an afterlife that is deserving of that, or do they go onto a realm that would encourage that? Do they go to the abyss? Do they go to one of the hells as like a stronger, you know what I mean? I don't think these things should be so wise. Just want to put that out there because I don't think that they're actually that. They're like a zombie isn't wise, right? What are Revenant stats? What's CR? Oh, they're CR 5. That makes sense why their con is so high. And their strength. Jeez. That's Spud. My goodness. How you doing, buddy? We got the good one in chat. I think 13 is fair for that. I think their con should actually be 16 probably. +3, and I think their dex is fine at 14. I think even that might be a little high, maybe 12 for a +1. Yeah, I think that's fair. But how you doing, Spud? How are things? I saw you pop into the naturals the other day. It was last week. But cannot speak. Since when do I stream on Friday? I mean, hey, since when do I stream on any day except for Wednesday? I don't know. I was just feeling it. I was feeling creative. Felt like I wanted to, you know, actually jump in and do something. And I haven't done D&D stuff other than the naturals for a while. We're working on a cleric subclass. Basically, it's like a cleric that doesn't really practice necromancy, but helps fallen people and fallen individuals complete like what they wanted to do in life. And it gives you a follower. Oh, condition poisoned. I know that's strong, but I think it just makes sense if they have a damage immunity to poison. I'm also going to remove the hyperlinks on these. Same with dark vision. Can my revenant be a dog whose goal in life was just to be the best boy? I mean, yeah, and then immediately their goal is completed. Because every dog is the best boy. Just inherently. Tell me I'm wrong. So I think every ability going forward other than Channel Divinity should be to... Is this... Yeah, it's Hobo Johnson. We're gonna skip that one. I appreciate him when I'm, like, in the mood to appreciate him. Otherwise, I don't really want to hear him. No offense to Hobo Johnson. Just really need to be in the mood to listen to your stuff. Gonna abuse that spell slot at will ability like a motherfucker. Well. It's not at will, technically. It's a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So don't go too crazy. It's like a max of 6 total at 17th level, I think is when that goes up. Yeah, I want to say it's 17th. It goes up to the final. I guess basic rules from 2014 would work. Not looking at the new ones. I can't wrap my head around new stuff like that right now. That's ability score modifier. Where's proficiency bonus? Yeah, 17th level. Plus 6. For a while, it kind of sits at plus 2 until level 5, then it's 3. How to remake Pet Cemetery and get 6 free spells daily. Maybe I should make it half your proficiency bonus rounded down. Actually, yeah, that does make sense, huh? Yeah. You convinced me, James. You alone did it. You have only yourself to blame for that one. Here, we'll just... I'm trying to just, like, reduce... Oh, I guess I don't really need that if I've got that already, huh? There we go. But that does beg the question, what about corpses that had a very simple goal, like someone who was like, I died eating a sandwich and now I just want a sandwich? I think that's when it comes down to the DM decision, because I do specifically put in the ability, speak with your DM to decide when a spirit's goal is fulfilled. Here, we're going to actually specify that. What the spirit's goal was and when a spirit's goal is fulfilled. So, I mean, to be fair, if a DM does that, that's on them. Because it's all up to the DM. Like, when the player uses the ability, the DM is the one speaking to them. So if the DM is like, yeah, man, I just want to eat this sandwich, and, like, they just didn't realize that then they would just get a free 3rd level spell. 2 free 3rd level spells at 1st level. That's kind of on the DM, you know? So I think that kind of puts some onus on the DM too, which is nice. And, like, if a campaign is goofy, then, like, go for it. Just fucking go nuts with it. But if the tone is a little bit more serious, then maybe you want something that's, you know, my goal in life was to protect my brother. I died before that was done. Now my brother has raised me as their revenant, and now my goal is to protect my brother. Which could be really cool if you had the revenant act, like if the brother told them to stay back, but, like, that's not part of the goal of the individual who was raised. So, like, think, oh man, that's actually a really cool story beat there. The revenant ignores the brother, runs, jumps in the way of a spell that would kill the brother. Goal fulfilled. brother can now cast a higher level spell, cast that higher level spell at the individual who killed their brother and destroys them. That's actually really neat. Huh. Now, what if their goal was to protect their brother, but their brother died? So then you raising the brother ends the tie to the first spirit. I don't know. Then maybe they don't want to get raised. If the spirit agrees. How about that? So after using laid to rest on a corpse, you can choose to raise them as a follower if the spirit agrees. The creature has the stats found in the table below and are under your control loosely. If you give an order that is against the creature's original alignment or goal, they can choose to ignore your command. Speak with your GM. There was something else I wanted to add here. When one leaves your service after completing this goal for the next 24 hours. Okay, yeah. 0 hit points. I think that's fine. I don't think it was important. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good ability. I just need to figure out what the attack is. Oh, I remember. That has a CR or level equal to or lower than your wisdom modifier. So then is there also a side to this that's like, hey man, that goal is impossible, and the Revenant comes to terms with that? Does that have the same effect as if you succeeded, or is there a failure punishment that's the opposite of the spells? I don't think so. I feel like then you would use laid to rest as a way to like talk with them and be like, hey, that goal isn't possible. How can we make a possible goal for you? Like, what do we need to do to make this a possibility? You know? Why is it doing that? It's like putting a lot of like weird space up there for some reason. Do you see that? Trying to keep everything on the same page roughly, but okay, we'll just do that and then hit that a couple times. There we go. Formatting. It's important to do it at the beginning, because if you don't do it at the beginning and you do it later, it will bite you in the ass. Like maybe their goal was like, I want to protect my younger brother, and they don't realize that their younger brother is dead on the other side of the field from them. They find that out and they're like, okay, well now what's my purpose? I'm already risen. Well, maybe your purpose can be to avenge your brother's death. Come with me. Like if the spirit was like, I needed to deliver the ancient necklace to this person and the necklace got destroyed or the person dies. Then I think it kind of comes down to like, okay, how can we complete a goal that's now relevant to that? Like your goal was to do this. That's not possible anymore. So the person who destroyed the necklace or the person who died, like, let's get some closure there. Let's close this book for you. Let's let you go on to the afterlife. You know? So there's reason behind it. It's not just end all be all. This is it. You can't complete the goal, therefore you get punished. You know what I mean? What are some Revenant attacks here? Fist. What if the spirit doesn't want vengeance for it? I don't know. I think this kind of comes down to like a DM to player conversation. Like this is going to be, I don't see this being like a short interaction when you're raising someone new. You know, I think this is going to be like a process. So it's not just, all right, no thing. I wasted a ability. Bye. Is it a ritual cast? I don't think so. I think it's going to use... Do I have that, actually? You know what? I don't have any specifications on that. That's what I was missing. You can use this ability as many times as You can use this ability as a number of times equal to your... Wait, do I already have this? I thought I already had this. Or did I write it in here? Yeah, you can use this ability a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. Okay, we're just going to copy and paste that too. A lot of proficiency bonus ties, but that's what 1 D&D is doing, or D&D 2024, whatever you want to call it. 5th edition 24. They're tying a lot of things to proficiency bonus, and I've been doing that for years anyway. So it just makes sense to me. This is a long ability. There's a lot to it. At first level, that's a lot, but it's leveled up. It's upgraded. Should there be a time for casting? Or is it instant? I think it should just be instant. And to me, that just makes sense that it would, like, just happen. If you want it to be a bigger deal. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, then you can't just, like, do that in battle either. Well, you have to... Well, so I think... After using laid to rest on a corpse, so you have to already talk to them. Like, I have that specifically in there. You have to speak with them. You have to, like, have communication with them before you just choose to do this thing. And I think that kind of falls under the something simple bit there. I don't know. What do you think? Is that too simple? Because you're using 2 class abilities pretty much to do this. So here, I'll highlight that. After using laid to rest on a corpse. Is it hard to see the writing? I feel like it's hard to see the writing. But I think that works. I think I'm going to take out 24 hours for the next day. Or until you take a long rest. No, I don't like that. I suppose that's true, but it's just saying for the sake of a game timing, because it's dope as it would be for a plot twist. An evil character to kill the final boss of a campaign, then immediately raise him and try to kill the party. Seems exploitable. Yeah, that's fair. And speaking with them for the duration. So you have to speak with them for 10 minutes. So it's not just like, lay to rest, now rise, you know? Yeah, now it's like, all right, I use lay to rest. Now I'm going to talk to him for 10 minutes. Hey, can you guys just take 1,000 rounds of combat real quick? Like, that's not going to happen. Or is it it's 100 rounds of combat? I think it's 100 rounds of combat. Yeah, 6 seconds. 10 rounds of combat would be 1 minute. Not 10 times is 100. I just did Dan math. That was quick Dan math. But I think that makes sense, because now it's like, I have to speak with them. I have to understand them. Don't ask me to math. What is this smart people shit? Listen, you can either be smart or you can be cool. All right? Those are the two options in life. There's nothing else. Nothing else in between. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have turned on. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember my password. There we go. Trying to turn sound alerts back on so you guys can use your channel points to make stuff happen. Oh, they weren't paused to begin with. Neat. So now...
Skill issue.
There you go. That is a skill issue. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. We did it, Joe. All right. I kind of like this, though. Obviously, we still have the channel divinity to figure out. I think that's going to be like more of a for the player thing, and then the rest of it is going to be boosting up the well, yeah. True. True. Don't remind me, James. saw this video and it was like Joe and Jill walking out of giving their voting for Trump because the Democrats pushed him out of the race. I wouldn't put it past him. He agrees with the Republicans more than he disagrees. We're talking politics. I didn't want to do this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to continue. I like where we're at right now, though, with this. Well, yeah. Again, they agree on more than they disagree on. Keep in mind, Biden wrote the crime bill, the 80s crime bill that Reagan looked at and was like, "Ooh, Joe, this is a little much." Reagan said that. Anyway, we're talking politics. But yeah, I like where this is at right now. I think it's in a good spot. There's definitely more to it, but I am running out of time because I got stuff I got to do. So I think that's where we're actually going to call it today. I'm going to start doing this more because I can. I have more free time, and I miss it. Truly, I really do. Next week is going to be kind of busy for me just in general, but I'm going to do my best to go live as much as I can. I might try and do like a Monday stream. I might even try to do... no, that wouldn't really work. I'll try to do a Monday stream. And if Monday doesn't really work, which it should, then I'll just try to keep streaming like as much as possible throughout the week. I just have a lot going on next week, but I'm going to do my best to get back into this. I miss streaming. I really do. Like, I have this whole fucking setup specifically for streaming. Like, I have like a camera rig. I have like so much equipment. I have so much equipment, guys. So much. It's dumb that I don't do more with it. So I'm going to do more with it. We're going to do it. We're going to stream more. We're going to be live more. But with that being said, I appreciate you all so much for watching. Let me just switch back over here. Appreciate you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, I'm going to try and be live on Monday. The music just stopped. Why did it stop? Weird. But with that being said, I appreciate you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being here. Till I see you next, I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and safe. And wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and goodbye.
Obama.